Welcome back to the channel. We had a quick video just exemplifying an issue I think most men here have, well, I hear a lot about all over social media. Just about paying for dates, who does it, 50-50, who should split this, who sometimes it's who asks who out. But let's get into it.
I met this young lady. We've gone on 3 dates. The first one was a picnic, nothing crazy. Second one was dinner. Third one was a movie date. I've planned and paid for all of it. So she said she wants to go out this weekend. I said, cool, why don't you plan a date for me? She says, cool, we should go bowling and go eat. I'm like, I'm down with bowling, cool. Whatever you feel comfortable, doing. She starts sending me prices. So I'm like, what you sending me prices for? You planning this, you taking care of this, right? She says, I ain't paying for nothing. So this is where I need your help. I'm about to just delete her and let it go, because anybody that can't give me what I give them isn't qualified to be around me. Am I wrong for this? Am I wrong for 3 dates in expecting, to see a little effort from the opposite side? Or should I just chalk it up to being a man and gender roles, and that's just the way that the cost of dating somebody who looks good? Just let me know. Let me know.
So instead of looking at things really like black and white, like men should pay men should pay for all dates. It's not a woman's place. It's gender roles. You really have to look and see what makes sense for you. Something I've said a lot in the past is if you're a man in dating, it costs. Just accept that. It's one of the things that you just getting around that fact. You're going to have a much harder time finding someone for yourself. And if you really consider it, how we all say that common sort of verbiage that there's piss in the dating pool, and the more layers you add on top of that, the more stringent layers you add on top of that, the harder it's going to be to actually find someone that aligns with your values. Just the same way as if you want to be celibate before marriage. Well, you just shrunk the amount of available people that you'd have to find. So in this brother's case, that's absolutely his preference. If he wants someone that's going to reciprocate in that financial department, and he's not wrong. He's just going to make his life much more harder than to find someone that gets that. And he may actually be fishing in a pool that's not common, that's not normal. So it's one of those you ish or get off the pot. If this is who you find yourself around, then you're going to have to accept the fact that even if you say, hey, plan or pick a restaurant, pick a dating event, you're going to be one fitting the bill. If you're not comfortable with that, he's absolutely in his rights to say, hey, this isn't really what I'm looking for. I think to maximize your sort of success in dating, you may need to retool and rethink that value proposition. Not saying that you want someone to pay sometimes, no. You have to look and say, what is the value of a woman in your life? What is her presence? What is spending time with her? What does that mean to you? Is there an opportunity for you to extract value out of that that's commiserate that you feel like why you're paying? I'm always a fan of, and me and a lot of my guy friends, we like to do things we want to do, check out restaurants we want to check out. Um, Therefore, like I'm no one. This is what is something I always wanted to do: new restaurant, new food, and I'm paying for that experience. I'm inviting you along on that experience. Uh, Otherwise, if your money's funny, right? If that's an issue, you don't have to date. If she hit him up and said, "Hey, I want to do something this Saturday," the ball's still in your court. You could have chose anything else to do if paying for that was an issue. And furthermore, I think it would have better served you to have the conversation up front, not so much of saying, "Hey, every fourth date you pay," or "I want you to do it." Rather have the conversation saying, "What does value look like to me? How is that represented in a partner, in a potential partner? If you want to feel valued and appreciated, then it's best to communicate that way so that person can say, okay, I can do that. I can't do that. I look at things a little differently. Oh, I can learn to speak sort of that language. We talk about love languages all the time, but we use it probably more in an academic sense. Oh, I like gift giving. Oh, okay, words of affirmation. And then it's a full stop. Rather than saying, is that something that I can do that makes sense for me and my character and how I behave? If not, you're always going to end up with more videos like this where people are simply just confused, lost, and sort of just at odds. One of the saddest things that we've had this access to social media and this access of being so interconnected, yet it feels like it constantly just sort of pulls us apart. But let me know what you think. Drop a like, hit me up in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one.